Welcome back. So, Kemi, we are talking about the question actually is how embarrassed are you by that position that if you want to hide something from an African, you should put it in the pages of a book because African correct. If it is correct, what can we do to change it? Because if it is correct, it does not do us any good. Thank you.
Okay. I think I'm going to be a bit on the fence here. Because most of the people I interact with, they're people who read. And then when I come across people that don't read, I share books with them. There are times I can read a book and I really love the book, and I think of someone that I know that this person will also learn from this book. I share the book with the person. So that's why I say I'm going to be a bit on the fence in this case. So yeah, like I mentioned earlier, there are secrets in books, there are knowledge and lots of insights and ideas you can get from books. So if at all there are actually people who do not read, there are people. It doesn't have to be novels or other kind of motivational books. Even if it's your academic books, definitely there people read in school to pass and all of that. Yeah, so there are people that okay, if they don't read, it is up to everyone, whether as a book lover or not as a book lover, to try to encourage one another. That yeah, we need to read this, we need to read that. There are also lots of African books. We have by Wole Soyinka, we have by Chimamanda, we have by Sefi Yatta, and lots of other African authors that write wonderful books. So it's not just about reading foreign books also or biographies of other people. You can start with the ones we have here that you can easily relate with because they are African books. So yes, I would say for people who do not read, what can be done to help to ensure that everyone, at least a certain high number of population in Africa, were readers. So one of the things we can do is through the invention of clubs. Book clubs help people to become better in the sense that even if you don't love to read, when you join a club and then you're able to read at your own pace, from there you get to grow, you get to learn, and also interact with like minds about books you've read. And so it's not just about the reading. You can work with audiobooks where you listen to it being read to you. It's programmed there. So if you feel like, okay, I really can sit down to read, and like you can work with audiobooks where you listen to it and you don't miss out on the insights and knowledge in books. So yes, that's one aspect of it. The book clubs, a community of readers, and then there are books that are even adapted into motion pictures. So you can watch the movie, and then from there, you get it interesting. You're seeing it played out in front of you. Yeah, I think that should also spark the interest in now wanting to read the book, because I'm biased that the books are actually much more detailed than movies. So yes, those are things we can adopt, and then we can organize lots of reading competitions where we have prizes for people who can summarize. I'm sure there are lots of literary events that we have, and these events are aimed at promoting individuals and youths and also children to become better readers, to know more about vocabulary and all of that. Yeah, so these are some things we can adopt in Africa to ensure that we have more people who read.
Oh, good, good. This is I'm thankful that we're able to have this meeting because it strikes very straight and direct to the core of what I want to do with the rest of my life, which is to help the rising generations of Africa read more. Because I have this suspicion that why we do not have good leaders in Africa is because few of those people read enough books. Maybe they read, but they didn't read enough. So if they read, and have a lot of ideas, we have a better society in our hands. Thank you very much for your very wise position on this matter. Okay, I think you've hinted a little bit on this, but I think we would like it emphasized in a central way. I want to find out what were your dreams growing up, and then how much did your dreams influence or propel you to what you are doing today? If you can share a little bit more light on that, it will help us.
Okay, please can you repeat that? I think the network was breaking a bit,
Oh,
so
okay.
I can
So
get the question properly.
okay. I was asking about your dreams growing up. What were your dreams growing up? How much influence did they have in what you're doing today? And how much did they propel you in the way you are doing things?
Okay, yeah, thank you for that. Yes, growing up, yes, once again, in fact, I'm sure my parents will watch this. I would like to say a big thank you to you both for helping me to become part of who I am today. Yes, so growing up, actually, the funny thing is, I always had the interest to become an actor rather, to act in movies.
Mhm.
So right from primary school, I was always in drama, putting people together. Let's do this drama. Let's do this choreography. Let's do this. Let's have this discussion and all of that. So I was always relating with people when it comes to things like that. And from there, I think that I can say that's where my passion for people relations and human resource developed, because I just liked being with people. I enjoy being with people, discussing, and also I wanted to act and be shown on the big screen and all. So it got to at a point in time, because I felt only the actors are popular people and are successful people. That was my one track mind back then. But growing up, I realized you don't always have to be on the big screen before you are successful. Yeah, so from there, start learning more insights of people, my parents' guidance, and all of that. And then I moved into human resource in the university. And from there, I learned more. I Because the possibilities, the opportunities, so many things to explore. So I was like, wow, it's not. I think it's more of the extent to which you limit yourself is where your capabilities will end. But by the time you're open to more things, more possibilities, and then you're able to go beyond boundaries, you're able to you have an open mind to learning, you're going to also like there are lots you can learn from there. So yes, that has my dreams from there now gradually developed into human resource, and now I can proudly say I'm an HR enthusiast and a practitioner, and I've been able to also use this to help myself grow, develop, and the people around me, because it's not just enough for one person to grow. It's not just enough for one person to be successful. And if the people around you are not, then it's of no impact. So I'm this person that based on, oh, it's not, we have to grow, everyone has to be growing together, nobody should be left behind. So I always strive to ensure that even around me, people, colleagues, friends, I learn from them, and they also impact on me. I'm able to learn more things. So that's one of the reasons why I also don't just limit my dreams to human resource. Into branding, I do a bit of brand management, where I'm able to learn digital marketing, graphics design, and so many other things. Yes, and also the aspect of operations and customer success, because there are lots of opportunities abound. And as an HR person, you also have to be versatile. You need to know about finance, you need to know about the law, you need to know about all other things. They are all encompassing. So I think that has helped me. My dreams have grown from there with that.
Oh, that is great. That is great. And talking about that, I while looking through your profile, I saw the struggle with the digital marketing, the digital the graphics experience. Trying to
Yeah.
learn. Would you mind sharing from that? You know,
Ah, yes.
the fun side of the challenges you face, how you overcame them, because this is what is real in life. We face challenges and then overcoming them becomes our success story. Maybe you should just share something about that.
Okay. Yeah. So when I applied for the scholarship and I got to learn graphics design, we started the first class. The first week of class, I was enjoying it. I was like, wow, this is really interesting and engaging. I loved it. Okay. By the second week, I was lost. What's going on? I thought this was really interesting. What's happening? I didn't understand anything. The tools, okay, when we were using Photoshop, and everybody was saying Photoshop is simple. You can work well with Photoshop and all. And me, I'm staring at Photoshop. I'm like, I don't even know how to navigate my way around it. So at the point, I wanted to give up. Like, well, I don't think this design is my calling. I don't think it's what I want to do. I'm not even interested anymore. Well, I had to now think again, like, okay, and I had friends that I spoke to that I think I'm going to drop this class. And that's one of the things I would like to point out. It's important to surround yourself with people who are passionate about what you do. My friend Bukola, she encouraged me, like, you don't have to give up, just continue with the class and see what you can also learn from it daily. So I was like, okay, let me continue. And the classes were every day, excluding weekends sometimes. So I continued with the class and still I did not understand. So I disturbed my graphics designer friends. I reached out to them. There are three of them. So I reached out to them separately to learn from this person, learn from this person, and learn from the other person. And they were able to, they realized how interested and invested I was in the graphics design, and they took time to put me through. So by the time I was able to learn from three different people who are professionals in the graphics design field, the following week when I got to class, I was feeling like a pro. Like, I know this, I've learned a lot, I've taken my time to make sure that this time in class I won't be dumb. I won't be looking like I don't know anything. So I learned from there. And when we had to give a presentation, everybody was like, wow, Lawal, I love your presentation. You did good. And I was feeling myself like, wow, okay, yes. That also like boosted my morale. And I took it further from there. So I continued, I completed the course, I learned about UI UX. I was able to also use Figma and some other tools. Then towards the end of the training, we're asked to put together our portfolio, our design portfolio. And I submitted it. So I got qualified for an internship with AML. Yeah. So from there, I practiced. But when I got to AML too, it was challenging. I was like, is it that I don't know design again? But I excelled at the training. What's going on? So I also learned from my supervisor. He was able to put me through photo manipulation and so many other things that I learned from him. So from there, I started working on projects. I worked on, I designed some flyers, and yes, that's how I became, let me call myself a pro. But yeah, there's still more to learn. And I still have plans to learn more. But with that, I achieved and I got my certificate. I was really happy that I saw it through and I started, I ended the training and it was successful. Yes, that's my experience.
Wow. Talk about grit, persistence, perseverance, and humility also, because that's why you were able to go to those who know better to at
Yeah,
least coach you. And you mentioned earlier today that humility is one of the qualities, and I think that is truly a part of you, in spite of your achievements. which are very, very effective and strong. All right. This is becoming more and more interesting, and every hour I feel so good that I'm able to have this meeting with you, Kemi. Thank you very much for agreeing.
Thank you.
Okay. You have been doing many things, and even some of the NGOs you work with, they are they are basically direct for children to help children, and there's some disadvantaged people. But when you look at the youth of Africa generally, are there ways you can relate how all these your pursuits, especially your charity work, are impacting on the youth of Africa? And if you have example people who are impacted from all those social pursuits, it would be nice to share with us.
Okay. Yeah, so the thing is, everyone can relate to a certain kind of struggle. So as a youth, it's not just about the success story. There are the struggles and there are the back end sacrifices and hard work you have to put in. So we understand this at the NGO that I belong to because it's a youth-led organization, and we have lots of youths there. So we ensure that whatever we do, we're able to track the impact. And we're able to know that we've impacted in the lives of, if our target audience for a particular project is kids, we know that we're able to impact in the life of kids. If our target audience are youth, we know that we're able to impact in the life of trying to reach. So for our NGOs, what we do with youths, we help empower them and equip them to become better. There's some youths that probably you need to continue your education and all of that. We have things we put in place to ensure that we're able to raise funds and sponsor such a person to complete the education. And there are also some structures we put in place to empower them to learn a trade, to learn a skill, whatever handwork you can learn that will also help to bring in income and ensure that you're financially independent. So we do all of that at the NGO. And then the organization I work for at the Italian here, we are passionate about equipping and empowering people. So we have scholarship opportunities for youths who want to learn about data analytics, you want to learn about HR analytics, you want to learn about macroeconomic analysis, and some other kind of digital skills. We have all of this in place. We have a form of a project to ensure that we empower people, we equip them with all of the skills that will also help you develop yourself. And the youth will also be able to make impact in the immediate environment. You're also able to help people around you. So it's a ripple effect when you help people and they also turn out to help more people who in turn help more people. So it's more of you help one person and the one person helps another person, and before you know it, everybody is growing together, everybody's growing together, and then no one is being left behind. So that way we're able to contribute our quota towards eradicating unemployment, towards ensuring financial independence, and then there's a form of structure in place, and everyone achieves their goal in the long run.
Hmm.
That's
Thank you. That is very helpful, and I think it is important that these things come out so that young people will know that whatever they are going through today, there are
okay.
opportunities and options they can leverage on to become
Sorry, I'm
better.
not. This is audible. I don't know if you can hear me properly.
Okay, I can hear you clearly. Maybe I need. Can you hear me now? Is it better? Hello, is it better now? Um, can you hear me now?
Okay, I think it's. Let me check the settings. The
Okay.
audio. All right. Let me move closer a bit.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Um,
Can you hear me?
audio.
Yeah. You are not muted, and I can hear
Hear
you
you now.
clearly. I-
I
Is it
think it's
okay
a
now?
setting that got. Yes, perfectly okay. I can hear you clearly
Oh,
now.
oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Because I don't want anything to happen to what we are having here. It's so much for me, and my excitement is beyond this. So I want it to all flow. Very cool. All right.
Thank you.
In the African Town Hall Online Television, we believe that failure is part of success. We know that nobody actually becomes successful who have not failed on something before. Um, we know that mistakes and failures are for those who are actively doing something, and that only such have a chance at real success in life. So we know that you've shared some in the proceeding of this interview. You have shared some things relating to this, but we would like to have a more direct approach to this because of the people who are listening. So, can you take a moment to talk about times when you have failed or made costly mistakes, and then how you were able to bounce back and still attain the success you were pursuing?
Okay. Yeah, so there's a saying that when you fall, let's say you fall 9 times, you need to stand up 10 times. I've made mistakes over there are mistakes that one has to learn from. So I learned from my mistakes. There are times that okay, probably when I want to do something and I do it the wrong way, and it didn't bring out the desired results. I learned from it. In fact, most of the times I don't even see it as a mistake because I see it more as a learning process. It's part of the ingredients to make you become better and to make you much more successful. So and most times some of those things are like bound to happen. You don't let it get to you. Personally, I don't let it get to me. I see it as a learning process. I see it as a form of stepping stone for me to get to where I want to be. It's all part of the journey. And yes, there was a particular time when I started writing, when I took my first jam, the JAMB exam, I didn't get up to the cut-off mark required to enter to get into the university. Even though my score was over 200, but I still did not reach the cut-off mark for the university. So I was like, it's university or nothing. I don't want to go there. But at a point in time, I had to like think about it. Rather than just sitting at home and doing nothing, let me try something else. So I applied into the Polytechnic and I got admission. And yes, towards when I started that, I was able to learn so many things from the institution. I met with lots of great people who I'm still friends with to date, of which we share a great connection. And yes, at the point in time, I felt I need to do more. I want to like get to that my dream. I want to surpass it, and there are things I need to put in place. So I had to take another jam to ensure that I get into the university. So now at this point, I'm not saying you don't have to see things through, but it depends on what works for you as a person. So for me, personally, I decided to again. So I took the jump again and I put in more effort, extra dedication. Like this time around, I must get to the cutoff that I want. So I chose another university. I chose the University of Lagos and I applied and I gained admission. I would say that has been like one of the most amazing moments of my life, gaining admission into the University of Lagos to study the course I actually plan to study. That's industrial relations and personal management, which is human resource management that people know it as today. Yeah, so that's I learned so many things from that. from my mistakes. Basically, I know that when you give 100% of yourself to something that you're trying to do, if it still does not work out, that means you need to double your efforts. That is just to tell you 100% is not the maximum, it is not the limit. You need to do more than double your efforts. 200%, 300, give your 500%, give your all to it, and you get it done. Yeah, so for me, I see mistakes as learning points, as a growth process, as part of the journey, because challenges are bound to occur, and then sometimes some mistakes cannot be avoided. But you just need to learn from them, and don't let it weigh you down. Yeah, for me, that's what I do. I learn from it. I don't let it weigh me down. I don't let it distract me from my journey. I don't let it move my focus. I just try to strive to get that balance. To say, okay, yes, this is what I have in mind. This is my focus. This is what I want to do, and I need to continue on that path to ensure I get it done. So that's for
Awesome. And you know, the point that is very important for everyone here is, yeah, there's this saying we learned when we were in primary school those days: do a lesson you did not succeed, try, try again. So that's
yeah,
one. Then secondly, um, it is not actually failure and it is not mistake. They are all learning opportunities. And
yes,
I'm learning from you here that this thing is about attitude. Every situation you see, you need to bring forward a positive attitude to use it to now overcome. That agrees well with all the wonderful people of the world that I know. I think it was Robert Kiyosaki who said that every adversity, every problem you meet
yeah,
has inside it opportunities for your improvement. Thank you, Kemi,
definitely.
for bringing these wise commentaries to help our people. Okay. Um, well, viewers, you are still watching conversations on the African Town Hall online television with Oluwakemi Lawal, ACI PM, Brand and Operations Manager for Packaging, and HR and Operations Leads at Datalium. Join us by asking questions and making comments on the discussion to expand the scope so that more and more people will benefit from the wisdom that our esteemed guest, Oluwakemi Lawal, is sharing with us today. Okay, Kemi, I always bring in off the cuff questions when I'm about to tidy up. I'm sure you are not expecting this. I'm going to ask it.
All
If
right,
you don't want to answer it, just say you don't want to answer it, and you will be okay with us.
all
Um,
right.
yes, politics and the acquisition of power in Nigeria and Africa is generally a do or die thing. Do you have a position on the insane approach and attitude to the acquisition and the use of political power in Nigeria, specifically, and Africa in general these days?
Okay. Yeah, for this question, I think I will just try to be diplomatic a bit. Yeah,
Okay.
because I see politics as a vessel to good governance for the people, for the betterment of people and the society. So necessarily, it doesn't have to necessarily be a do or die affair. You can do your best, you can give your best to the people, to the community without actually engaging in politics. And I believe as everyone, as individuals, we have a lot inside of us. We have lots of potentials, we have lots of talents that we can use for the development and betterment of ourselves, the people around us, the society, the country at large, and Africa as a continent. So yes, it doesn't necessarily have to be politics that will be the route for you to go about it. So there are other ways as individuals, as a community where we can can do all of these things and give our quota, contribute our quota to the growth of the country. Okay, so like I said, I'll be a bit diplomatic. I'm not really into the whole politics thing. Well, politics are everywhere, organizations and people, family, not the dirty kind of politics, the normal. We have the leadership roles, we have management and all. So all of these things are in place to ensure that we're able to give our best to the people. It's all about contributing. It's all about giving back. It's all about development. The people, the society, the environment, the habitat, everyone around. Yes, so I think that's what I would say as regards to that.
Okay, thank you. You have said a lot already on that, and you've shared something that if people will abide by them, it will help. But one of the avowed things in my heart that I want to contribute to life before I try the other side of living is to help young people to change their attitude to these things. And you have made a contribution to the issue of attitude. It doesn't have to be a do or die affair. And politics is a good thing that positions people to provide service, not for control, not for stealing, and so on, as we have them commonly today. Thank you for sharing. There are people are giving that question to, and they say, please, please count me out. I don't want to get into politics. So I'm glad you had the courage to do something about it.
Thank
Okay. Well, viewers, thank you for continuing to stay with us. We will take a commercial break. When we return, our guest will share her thoughts on the prospects of solving the perennial problem of leadership in Africa. Stay tuned.
Hello, everyone. We would like to introduce you to Graceworth Nigeria Limited. Graceworth Nigeria Limited is a Nigerian-owned and operated company using seasoned and accomplished professionals to execute complex security missions in conjunction with the host government to mitigate risk on behalf of our clients. Our team members have decades of experience in the security sector, bringing a wealth of knowledge and experience that not all security companies are able to offer. The success of the company is based on our unrivaled ability to build and maintain successful partnerships with our customers to provide professional and reliable security services. We pride ourselves on providing highly trained personnel experienced in dealing with the most complex of security issues. Since our formation, we have gained a reputation as a highly experienced company with a young, energetic and forward-thinking management team, offering the highest level of professionalism. We offer the following services. 1. Security awareness and training. 2. Program support and consultancy. 3. Risk assessment and investigations. 4. Executive protection and travel management. You can contact us on +234 807 227 2799 or 0702 525 4858, or visit our office at 14 Buchanan Crescent, off Amanucano Crescent, West 2, Abuja, Nigeria. We would be glad to have you. Graceworth. Leave your worries with us.
Thank you and welcome back. So, Kemi, we need your help here. Africa is bedeviled by bad leadership. The people who are ruling, to me, have passed their time. They are not ICT compliant. In a place like Europe, 30-something-year-olds are now the prime ministers and presidents of those countries. But in Africa, we have people in there who are turning 100. Paul Biya of Cameroon is 90 something years. Mugabe was there until he was 98. Buhari is almost 80 years, and so on and so forth. These men have no connection with technology and modern way of doing anything. And we can see the results that they are producing, coupled with, of course, poverty of ideas and poverty of morals that are worrying them. So, if there are magic bullets for curing leadership failure in Africa, what, in your opinion, would those bullets be?
Okay. Yeah, that would be to catch them young, actually. It's more of a solid foundation. So to build the leaders we want, to build the kind of leaders that will be IT inclined and will be able to do better or take the country beyond the surpass expectations. I think we need to start now, and we need to catch them young, build a solid foundation. It starts with the kids. From when we are kids to growing up and all of that, there's so many things and structures that we need to put in place. And even as youth, there's so much we have to offer. So I would say that bullet is to actually catch them young. It's not too late. It's never too late for us to start with that by building and grooming leaders of tomorrow. So it doesn't necessarily have to be leadership at the national level. It starts from you and I. Leadership in a small group of people, leadership in a book club, let me use that as an example, leadership in an organization, leadership in just a community. It starts from there. It starts from individuals' perception and the likes. So yes, it's more like you're using the bottom up approach where you're able to lay a solid foundation to ensure that you get the desired result and it will work for you in the long run, basically. So yes, I would say that's the bottom up approach works a lot. So you build a solid foundation, build a structure around it, and then yeah, get the desired results. Continue developing and all of that. You definitely get the desired results.
Oh, wow. I, 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 I think the whole world need to hear you more and more and more. And I hope that we will be able to bring you back to these studios to keep sharing from your wisdom. This is so much. And I thank you. I was speaking with a guest who lives in the US. He's a Nigerian in the last program. And he said in America, they begin very early to teach children honesty, leadership, civil, this thing. Now, we don't have civics in our schools anymore. Nobody is talking of honesty, and nobody is talking about leadership. So thank you for bringing this forward. And I think as voices like yours and mine and others around us continue to come up, we will be able to get to the bottom of this. Okay. Well, we are gradually coming to the end of this beautiful experience. I don't want it to end, but Kemi is a busy woman. She needs to get to do something else, and we need to also take care of a few things. So, uh, Kemi, here is the question:
All right.
using your life's philosophy, which is a great one, the wonderful values that you have enunciated, and also your experiences, the success you have achieved, and the failures you have passed through to get to where you are as a yardstick. What will be your final words at this interview for the rising generations of Africa? That is number one. The first people we want you to address is the rising generations of Africa. Then we also want you to address our current political rulers.
Okay.
And lastly, to address parents of our today's youth. So, what are your final ways to the rising generations of Africa, the youth, the political rulers of Africa, and parents, giving all that we have discussed today?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. For the youth, what I would say is you just need to be determined. That's it. To be focused and hardworking. It's not just about the motivational speeches of aspire to perspire and all of that, but just putting it into action. Be hardworking, determined. The challenges will come, but yeah, you will definitely overcome all of those challenges. Stay focused. Always strive to ensure that every day you're able to improve yourself. You're able to become the best version of you daily, and you're also able to contribute your quota to the community, to the people around you, because impact is really important. You need to be able to impact in the lives of people around you, and that way you will also get impact from them, and everyone develops and grows together. Yeah, that's what I would say for the youth. Yeah, for the leaders, yeah, I know we have great leaders, definitely. Where we Nigeria has the resources, we have the resources we need to definitely develop. So yes, I would just say our leaders just need to help double their efforts and contribute more to ensuring that the country also like grows more beyond and surpass our expectations, and also give the youths opportunities, more opportunities. I know there are lots of youth-led opportunities that the government has provided to help encourage youth and empower the youth, but we need to like have more of this in place. We need to have more structures, more scholarships in place. This is also to encourage people who do not have the capacity to be able to to get to where they want to be. So when government also helps put additional of those things in place, it will help accelerate the growth of the economy, of the youth, of the citizens, and that way we're also going to be able to eradicate some of the problems we face in terms of unemployment, in terms of poverty, and the likes. Yeah, and for parents, yeah, what I would say, our parents are really wonderful people. Our parents they're like our life drivers because they're the ones who brought us to this world. So what I'll say to our parents is, yeah, I would like to say thank you to mine and to every other parent out there. There's more we have to do. There's more our parents have to do. We as kids, and sometimes I know we as children we can be difficult, but yeah, it's up to our parents to also like continue to help us get better, continue to put that form of structure in place to help the kids grow and develop to be great people who will in turn be great parents and have more kids, and then it continues that way, also impacting the lives of your kids. So yes, that's it. I would say help us lay the foundation for the children right at the very first stage of their lives so that it helps, and this structure is in place to help them grow and develop to be great future leaders, to be great success stories. They will surpass what you even expect. Yeah, that's it for me.
Wow, awesome. Um, Kemi, thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
your time and thoughts that you have freely shared with us today. I look forward to hosting you again because I think this is going to excite action everywhere, and then people are going to call for more. I'm very sure about that. If they don't call, I'm going to call for more so that this kind of wonderful moment can be. You give people like me hope that the future of this country can still be rescued, or at least humanity can still be saved because people with your type of mind and attitude are around. Well, viewers, this has been Conversations on African Town Hall Online Television with Oluwakemi Lawal, ACIPM. And thank you for participating. I would like you to join me to express gratitude to Kemi for being able to make time and come out with all her mind and heart to give to the world today in this interview that have been candid and very effective. You can help the cause of expanding this knowledge by checking back on these broadcasts on Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn. And while there, we invite you to like it, to share it, to make comments, and to ask questions. And if you get to our YouTube channel, the African Town Hall, we invite you to subscribe to the channel so we can have a chance to serve you better. See you all again next week on Conversations on the African Town Hall online television with me, Francis Merebe. Kemi, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. I'm so honored to be here. And I look forward to reading the comments and learning from people also. Yes, so thank
Yes.
you very much for having me. It's been
Thank,
an honor.
thank you. Thank you. This is very helpful. You have a great week.
Yes, and you too. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome back. So, Kemi,